Now, formation of frequency distribution. Collected and classified data are presented in the form of frequency distribution. Frequency distribution is simply a table in which data are grouped into different classes on the basis of some common characteristics, and the cases or events which occur regarding those classes are recorded. Here we come across two types of frequency distribution. Again, here one is discrete frequency distribution table and continuous frequency distribution table. Whether it is discrete frequency distribution or continuous frequency distribution, we come across univariate frequency distribution and bivariate frequency distribution. Univariate and bivariate. Here the name itself denotes uni, one or single. In case of formation of frequency distribution under univariate, it incorporates different values of only one variable. On the other hand, in case of bivariate frequency distribution, it will going to incorporate the values of two variables. That's all. Now, here when you come to formation of discrete frequency distribution table, in that case we do not have any class intervals with a specific range of data events. Instead of that, we will have the specific exact value of data event. Means here we do not put the variables into classes. Instead, we are going to put the variables in exact value and corresponding frequencies will be there. Now, here these are the mass scored by 25 students. If you are asked to prepare the discrete frequency distribution table, here the steps are: we may arrange these given numerical data in ascending order, but that is not compulsory. Even without arranging in ascending order, directly we may take that to the discrete frequency distribution table. First, what we have to do is we have to find out the range. That means the difference between the highest value and the lowest value among the given data. Then, if the range is smaller one, we have to apply discrete frequency distribution. If the range is bigger one, then you have to go for continuous frequency distribution. Okay. Now, in this case, you may find here among the given values, find which is the highest value. Here range equals highest value minus lowest value. Okay. Here among the given values, if you observe, highest value is 30. Highest value is 30 and lowest value I think it is 24, isn't it? It is the lowest value and it is the highest value. No value less than 24 here. Therefore, here lowest value is 24. Now, range is how much? 30 minus 24 means 6. But actually, while taking to the frequency distribution, we have to start from 24. Therefore, including lowest value, actually we get plus 1, means we get 7 values to the discrete frequency table. Means we have to take the values from 24 to 30 continuously. Just 7 values, therefore we can take the values continuously. Now, Next is, I think here there is no doubt. I am repeating once again. First we have to find the highest value and lowest value among the given data. Then you have to find the range. Range equals highest value minus lowest value. Here mathematically we say 30 minus 24 equals 6. But when you take to the table, discrete frequency distribution table, we have to start from 24 itself. Therefore, including the lowest value, that we have to take 7 values. Okay. Now we have to prepare the table. Next, after finding the range, we take the columns like this. Means this data will going to be classified or grouped with the help of tally bars. And next, to take the total, we are going to count these tally bars corresponding to each value of variable. Let us work out. Now, here take discrete frequency distribution, means table that is understood. Here we have to take like this. Now, I have told you these are the marks scored by 25 students. Means here marks is variable. Usually we denote marks by X. Then here we take tally bars. Then here total. Now, marks I have told you, we have to take from the lowest value to the highest value. We have ascertained the lowest value is 24. Therefore, take from 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, total. Total there we have taken, and it is enough. In case of bivariate table, we have to take the total both sides. Okay. Now, here, see, for each value corresponding to the variable, we have to put a tally bar. Illi we have to start from the first value. Illi ಯಾವ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಇದೆಯೋ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಟೇಬಲಲ್ಲಿ ಫ್ರೀಕ್ವೆನ್ಸಿ ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಟೇಬಲಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಇದೆಯೋ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಕರೆಸ್ಪಾಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಆಗಿ ಒಂದೊಂದು ಟ್ಯಾಲಿ ಬಾರ್ ಹಾಕ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗಬೇಕು. ಪುಟಿಂಗ್ ಟ್ಯಾಲಿ ಬಾರ್ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನೋನ್ ಟು ಯು, ವಿ ಪುಟ್ ದ ಟ್ಯಾಲಿ ಬಾರ್ಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದಿಸ್. ಆಫ್ಟರ್ 4 we put tally bar cross mark, and this group denotes 5, that is known to you. Okay. Now go on putting the tally bar corresponding to the variables for the values given in the problem. Here first one is, here for in order to avoid confusion, just I am striking out, or you may take here 27. Here it is for 27, corresponding to 27 put a tally bar. Next one is 24, corresponding to 24. 25, here again 25, 30, 26, 26, 27, 25, 24, 27, 28, 26, 27, 27, 25, 29, 28, 29, 30, 27, 26, 27, 28, 27. Now take the total of these tally bars. Here it is 2, this one is 4, 4, this group is 5 plus 3, 8, 4, 1, 2. Now take the total of all the frequencies. 2 plus 4, 6, 10, 14, 18, 6, 10, 18, 18, 22, 23, 25. Okay. Now, here this total should be equal to the number of values given in the problem, then it is correct. Now, here you may find the difference between these two. When it is given like this, then you will not have a specific idea about the marks scored by the students. Now, out of 25 students, here when it is classified, means when discrete frequency distribution table is prepared, then you may answer out of 25 students, 2 students have scored 24 marks, 4 students have scored 25 marks, 4 students have scored 26 marks, 8 students have scored 27 marks, 4 students have scored 28 marks, and 1 student has scored 29 marks, and 2 students have scored 30 marks. Now, by that it helps even to take the action, those students who are poor in that particular subject, what remedy may be taken to improve that. For all this decision making also it is useful. Okay. Now, another problem is here, these are the data given regarding the size of shoes which are sold in a particular day. Now, same here also, first we have to find out the range. Here we have to find out the range in order to decide whether we have to prepare frequency distribution under discrete or under continuous method. Here, even here also, range equals highest value minus lowest value. Now find the highest value among the given data. Here I think highest one is 11, isn't it? 11 minus lowest one. Here it is 5, less than 5, no value, isn't it? Isn't it? Therefore, lowest value is 5. Therefore, 11 minus 5. Here also it is 6. Including 5, it is plus 1, means here also we have to take 7 values, isn't it? Now, here in the discrete frequency distribution table, first we have to take variable here is size of shoes, that is taken as X, and this total is denoted by F. Total is nothing but frequency, isn't it? Size of shoes variable and total, that is nothing but frequency. Now, when you take size of shoes, the lowest value is 5. Therefore, we have to start from 5 and you have to take up to 11. Like you take 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. Now, in the same manner, go on putting the tally bar corresponding to each value of variable. Now, here you start from first one, 6 corresponding to 6, put a tally bar, 11, 7, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 9, 10, 5, 7, 8, 6, 8, 7, 8, 7, 9, 8, 10, 9, 7, 7, 9, 8, 10, 5, 9, 7, 9, 8, 7, 8, 10, 6, 9, 7, 10, 8, 7, 5, 10, 7, 8, 11, 8, 11, 10, 6. Okay. Now, take the total. 4, 5, 12, 12, 7, 7, 3. Now, take the total of all these frequencies. Here 3 plus 7, 10, 17, 17, 29, 29, 39, 41, 46, plus 4, 50. Here, the values of variables total in each column. 5 values are there. Here 10 columns are there. 10 into 5, 50. Here total is 50. Okay. Now, this frequency distribution table, what does it reveal? Now, it shows 5 inches size of 4 shoes are sold, and 6 inches size, 5 shoes of 6 inches size are sold, and 12 numbers of 7 inches shoes are sold, and 12 numbers of 8 inches shoes are sold, and 7 of 9 inches shoes are sold, and same 10 inches and 3 11 inches shoes are sold. Now, by looking at this, the shopkeeper can decide for which size of shoes there is a more demand, and he has to forecast, he may forecast what stock of different sizes of shoes he has to maintain. For which sizes of shoes there is more demand, and for which sizes of shoes there is lesser demand. By that it helps them to maintain the proper or suitable number of shoes in their stock. This is univariate discrete frequency distribution table. Okay. Now, another one is bivariate frequency, the bivariate discrete frequency distribution table. Now, in case of bivariate frequency distribution table, I have told you, here are 2 variables, here only 1 variable is given. Means in case of univariate frequency distribution, it incorporates values of only 1 variable. But in case of bivariate frequency distribution, it incorporates different values of 2 variables. Means in the problem you will be given the data of 2 variables. For example, you may take marks in statistics and marks in mathematics. If you take the problem of 2 variables, then we have to put the tally bar corresponding to each pair of values. Here we have put tally bar corresponding to each value of variable, but under bivariate frequency distribution we have to put 1 tally bar for each pair of values. Here take the problem like marks in mathematics and marks in statistics. Okay. Now here 60, 70, 61, 71, 60, 72, 61, 71, 61, 73, 64, 73, 62, 72, 62, 71, 63, 74, 60, 73. Again take marks in maths and marks in statistics. Yeah, 63, 74, 62, 73, 61, 72, 62, 73, 60, 72, 64, 72, 64, 74, 62, 70, 63, 74, 60, 73. Means these are the marks scored by 20 students in two subjects, that is mathematics and statistics. Means here we have to prepare discrete frequency distribution table. In this case, what we have to do first is we have to find out range for both the variables. Here we may take marks in mathematics as, let marks in mathematics equals x and marks in statistics equals y. These are the two variables. Now we have to find out the range for both the variables separately. Now it is known to you, range equals difference between the highest value and lowest value of each variable. Now in case of here, range equals highest value minus lowest value. Now in case of x, variable x, here we have taken marks in maths as x and marks in statistics as y. Now here highest value among the marks in mathematics, so I think 64 is the highest, isn't it? 64 minus, find the lowest one. Here lowest one is 60, isn't it? Lowest one is 60. Here 64 minus 60. Mathematically it is 4. As I have told you, we have to start from 60, lowest value. Therefore, plus 1 means we have to take 5 values. Next, when you come to the variable y, that is marks in statistics, the highest value, I think 74 minus the lowest value is 70, isn't it? Lowest value 70. Here also 74 minus 74 plus 1. Here also we have to take 5 values. Now here table is the same, means in case of univariate frequency distribution, only one variable will be given. Therefore we take the variables to column. But here two variables are given. Therefore we have to accommodate both the variables in the same table. Hence we have to take one variable to column and another variable to rows. means it will be like this. Here I think I need not give again the heading discrete frequency distribution table, that is known to you. Just I am starting from the table. We take like this. Okay. Now, how many columns we have to draw for that? Here for numbers we have to take 5 columns. Then for headings of rows and headings of columns, 1 and last one is total, means we have to take 7 columns and 7 rows. Like this. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Here also, even in case of y also 5 plus 2, take the same number 7 rows. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now, here there are 2 variables. Therefore, we take one to x and another one to y. Usually, we take first variable to columns, means we have to take the headings in the first row, and second variable y to the rows, and headings of variable y is taken to first column. And in the tabulation, there we come across what headings of rows and columns are called, that will come later. Okay, here x, lowest value 60, you start from 60, you have to take continuously up to highest value 61, 62, 63, 64 total. Okay, now among variable y, the lowest value is 70. Start from 70, take continuously up to 74, 71, 72, 73, 74 total. Okay. Now, I have told you, in case of bivariate frequency distribution table, we have to put one tally bar for each pair of values. Means a student who has scored 60 marks in mathematics has scored 70 marks in statistics. For both the values, for this is a pair of value. For each pair of values, we have to put one tally bar. Means here marks in mathematics, that is taken as x, we have to refer the first row, headings of columns. Then for marks in statistics, that is taken as y, that you have to refer in the first column, that is headings of rows. Now see 60, here it is 60, we have to refer column, we have to refer variable x 60 and marks in statistics y 70. Now corresponding to 60 and 70, this cell is this one. In this cell, put a tally bar. Now just you go on observe, you will come to know. Next one is 61 and 71. 61x 71. Now corresponding to 61 and 71, this cell is this one. Put a tally bar. Now 60 and 72. 60x 72y corresponding to 60 and 72. This is the cell. Put a tally bar. Then 61 and 71. 61 and 71. Put a tally bar. Then 61, 73. 61, 73. I hope you are following. 64 and 73. Okay. Then 62, 72. This is the cell. Then 62 and 71. 63, 74. 63 and 74. 60, 73. 60, 73. Next one is 63, 74. 63, 63 and 74. 62 and 73. 61, 72. 61, 72. 62, 62, 73. 60 and 72. 60, 72. 64, 72. 64, 72. 64, 64, 74. Then 62, 70. 62 and 70. 63, 74. 63, 63, 74. 60, 73. 60, 73. Now, we have marked all the values of variables. Now, here you have to take columns total to the last row and rows total to the last column. Okay, now it is total is 5, here 4, it is 5, 3, 3, here 2, 3, 5, 6, 4. Now take the, when both the sides total are taken, then we take the grand total. Here 5, 10, 16, 20. Here 10, 14, 17, 20. Here it is both the sides total should be the same, 20. Here also it is the marks of 20 students, then your table is right. Okay, like this. In case whether it is discrete frequency distribution or the continuous frequency distribution, we come across both univariate frequency distribution and bivariate frequency distribution. Univariate means only one variable will be given, and in case of bivariate, two variables will be given. I think you have followed this. Here it seems that it is very simple, but the thing is, it is the base, and from next chapter onwards, whenever the problems are given, then you must be knowing how those problems are arrived at. For that, you must be knowing these basic things. Okay. Thank you.